Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. Welcome back to my free-to-play series. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is a series where I'm playing through DDO on a fresh free-to-play account using only what I find, so no ship buffs, no auction house, no trades with other players, nothing like that. Okay, so today we're going to go through the Lords of Dust chain. It's a chain of 4 quests, which is was the teaser to the Menace of the Underdark, which was DDO's very first expansion. So I am back here in the harbor. So I ran back through Gatekeeper's Grove and came back out here. Doing this a little bit backwards because traditionally you would do the Lords of Dust chain first to get to Evening Star. But ever since they added that portal in the Gatekeeper's Grove, it makes more sense to go through the portal, play the level 15s, because there are some level 15s that are free to play that we did in previous episodes in Evening Star. And this Lords of Dust chain is actually level 16, so I wanted to hit up the 15s before we got to the 16s, which is why I'm doing it in this order. Okay, nothing to update on the character. I literally, I have not run anything since that last episode where we did the challenges. I ran straight here to record this episode. So I still have not taken level 19 because I've got these level 16s and one more level 16 to do. These ones I've actually already done on Elite, so I've actually run these 3 times already, the Lords of Dust chain, as I've been grinding out XP. And I think the Lords of Dust chain is your best bet for grinding out XP to get to level 20 as free to play. Particularly Lords of Dust. And Lords of Dust is a very key quest, this first quest, because when you get to level 20, if you want to reincarnate and you want to get tokens of the 12 as a free-to-play player, Lords of Dust is going to be your best way to farm those tokens, which we'll talk about that in a future episode. But let's head into Lords of Dust, and I'm actually going to do this on Reaper today, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to handle R1, I think, just fine here. So you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing it on Reaper just because, I don't know, I just feel adventurous today. I'm just going to. Because I think I can handle it just fine. But Reaper mode, and I don't know if I've done anything on Reaper. Have I done anything on Reaper in this series? I don't think I have. So I guess I can show you a few things about Reaper so it can be a little bit educational as well. Reaper does give you, so if you look on here, you do get a big bonus, 200% for completing Reaper. So if you're able to handle it, Reaper is first time bonus is really huge, and a lot of people typically level on R1, so Reaper 1, which is what we're in. 2, that's the typical way to level, but it's a lot harder, particularly if you're like me and you don't have any Reaper points. Without Reaper points, you're not going to have Reaper enhancement, so you're going to be rather weak. Reaper gets easier. It's kind of counterintuitive, but Reaper gets easier as you gain, run it more and get more Reaper experience points to use in your Reaper trees, which I believe I've talked about those previously in the series. But basically, that's a set of enhancements that you only get XP from running Reaper. But okay, but it is has some penalties when you run Reaper, so you do less damage. Your self-healing is worse. There's a self-healing penalty, which is probably the thing that makes Reaper the toughest. There's also additional enemies that spawn, which are actual Reapers. And the type that spawns depends on the Reaper level you're running on. So on R1, we're not going to get the nastiest of ones. So on R1, we get like Fear Reapers, I think Plague Reapers, Despair Reapers. But when you get to R6... Reaper level 6, that's when you start getting Vengeance Reapers, which are very deadly. Vengeance Reapers basically create these circles where if you stand in them, you die. When you get higher than R6, when you get up to starting at R8, you get Doom Reapers, which are not affected by CC, have a damage over time effect that will eventually just kill you. They're very, very deadly. But the game is a lot harder on Reaper mode than it is on, standard, normal, hard, elite. So don't feel like, I don't need to go this way. So don't feel like you need to do Reaper. I'm just doing it. I just thought it would be educational for this episode. So now we gotta wait for Inquisitor Noman. Walk up the stairs. Then this door will unlock. So there is an optional we'll do in this quest. This quest has altars you can bless, and you can only bless them if you have at least one level in a divine class. So that means Paladin, Cleric, Favored Soul, Bards count as well. since they use divine magic. So the first one is over here. There's 2 altars off the side paths, and then there's one at the in front of a mini boss that we'll get to. So here's the first one. Make sure you hit Purify. So you want to hit Purify for the optional.
Acts have been performed there.
So the second altar should be over here. We actually haven't run into a Reaper yet. So Reapers in Reaper quests are random. You know, sometimes you won't get very many. Sometimes you walk into a room and there'll be like 4 of them. It's just, it's very random. It's kind of like champions, how champions are random. Reapers are as well. So the quest plays a little bit differently. Quest plays a little bit differently each time you run it for that reason. So of course, less Reapers will spawn at lower skull levels. So R1, there won't be nearly as many Reapers as like R6. Okay, so there's the second altar purified. Probably do, I'm thinking this quest and in the second quest we'll do on R1. The third one we won't. So the third quest in this chain, which we'll get to, is called Spinner of Shadows. And that one is quite a bit more difficult than the other 3. So that one, even on Elite, is going to be harder than this quest on R1 for sure. And there's some tricks. That quest, Spinner of Shadows, when we get to it, you might even want to do that one on hard, because it is difficult to solo on Elite, because you have this. Well, okay. So here's our first Reaper, by the way. So that's a Reaper, Fear Reaper. So what Fear Reapers do is you see this dot at Pure Fear itself. It will do a damage over time effect to you until you bring it down. So the longer it stays up, the more damage you're going to take. But anyways, going back to Spinner of Shadows. That quest, you actually have to fight the Spinner of Shadows, you know, as the name would suggest, which is a big giant drow spider. And she is tough and has some specific mechanics that goes along with her. Okay, here we have, I'm going to make sure you park your Harley. There's some traps here. So I'm going to try to, I feel like if I run down the center and jump, see right there I didn't get hit. There's some fire here. Jump over that so we don't get hit. This one, we'll see if I can do it. If you run directly down the center here, just like that, the traps actually won't hit you. Probably not intended. And you do, it is very pixel perfect, but if you run strictly down the center, you should not get hit there. So you can get through that without the traps. Got some Death Knights here. Nasty undead guys. So, you know, don't feel... So the thing with Reaper, Reaper mode, it is significantly harder. However, don't feel like you need to do it if you can't handle it, because if it takes you twice as long to do Reaper 1 as it does Elite, just do Elite. You know, and the thing with Reaper XP, you don't really want to be concerned about Reaper XP accumulation as you're leveling. That's more of an in-game thing, Reaper XP accumulation. So here's a Carnage Reaper, which does nasty damage in melee. Oh yeah, my hireling. I'm like, where's my hireling? Heal just to be safe. So see, my lay on hands only did 144, but my hireling will still do the same full amount of healing. That's one thing that makes Reaper mode a lot harder. You get the healing penalty, and you get more of a penalty the higher skull you go. But a Reaper XP accumulation, you don't need to be too concerned about that as you're leveling, because when you get to legendaries, so that's quests that are level 30 and above, they get a 2x multiplier to the amount of Reaper XP you gain. So what you really want to do in DDO is kind of just get the cap and accumulate Reaper XP by running all your quests one time to get the first time bonus with the extra multiplier from legendaries, and you get giant amounts of Reaper XP when you run. So we purified all altars and got an extra chest. That's what the optional does, and it gives us 440 XP. But really, the optimal way to accumulate Reaper XP is you want to get to end game and run those legendary quests. So level 30 and above quests, you want to run those on the highest skull you can. So if you can just do, and you really need to join groups for that, because they're going to be really tough to solo. I mean, unless you're an amazing player with a really strong character. But I'm gonna go ahead and just shrine, refresh everything here. But you really want to get to legendaries and run those in a group to get Reaper XP, because, like, for example, like this quest on R1 gives us 402 Reaper XP. If you run one quest on, say, like R6 in legendary, you're gonna get around like 6,000 to 7,000 Reaper XP. So trying to accumulate Reaper experience while leveling is just not a very good idea. The best idea is just to run whatever you can do quickly. If it's R1, great, but if it's elite, that's great too. Solo, you probably want to stick with elite, just because the self-healing penalty and really makes it more difficult. And the other thing about Reaper mode is it does not scale to party size. So hard, normal, and elite scale to party size. That means if you are solo, it's going to have less monsters. It's going to scale the quest encounters down to you. But when you're in Reaper mode, it does not scale, so it always assumes that you have a full party. So you're going to have the same amount of like monsters and difficult encounters, whether you have one person in your party or 6 people in your party. So Reaper mode is really made for it's really the intention of Reaper mode is to be a grouping mode. So if you want to solo, you know, you probably want to stay with elite or R1. I mean, once you get gear and past lives and Reaper XP, you can solo. Like, I normally, if I solo my main, I'm normally soloing, you know, R1, and it's pretty easy. But as a free-to-play player at start, you probably want to just stick with elite. And the other thing with Reaper mode is you don't get any additional favor, so you get the max favor at elite as well. So you don't get any additional benefit from running Reaper mode in terms of favor. This guy is a lot more difficult on Reaper. I'm actually going to put this, I'm going to put my Intimidate actually on my hotbar. Just, there's some times I might want to try to use it to get some attention away from my hireling. Okay, so Lords of Dust, you know, this is a very straightforward quest. Pretty simple map. Just run to the end, kill everything. No puzzles. No tricks. The only thing notable really is the altars for the optional that I already showed you. Yeah, we got kind of lucky there. We only ran, I think, 2 Reapers. We had a Fear Reaper and a Karn's Reaper. And that was it the whole way.
So pray, shall we continue?
So in terms of, I am holding level 19, so I did get to 19, but as I said before, I still have some level 16s like Mask of Deception that I need to do. I think that's going to be the last level 16 after the Lords of Dust chain we haven't done. So I'll wait until after that quest to get the, because I haven't done that one on, I think I've only done that one on, no, I've done it on hard, just on my stream, but I haven't done it yet on like elite or anything. But I want to run that on elite before I take level 19. But I may as well just take level 19 when we get it, because it won't be, I'll already have gotten my delving bonus on my all the 16s. There's no reason not to, even if 19's not a huge power jump for me. Back in the day, this drow here, Karas, used to be very deadly, but we should be alright. Hoping he doesn't, yeah, I was hoping he doesn't go and kill my hireling. Yeah, he's already dead. So, yeah, he does not have very many hit points nowadays. Alright, that's it. We're going to wait for him to give his little speech, which, well, you can't see it, but he's giving a little speech, and then we're going to wait for this to break. So we got 431 Reaper XP. So we can see that apply to our Reaper enhancements. So we got our first Reaper XP 431. So 569 more XP, and we actually get a first Reaper point. So That is the first time I've done Reaper on this character. And we did not get any named loot. Okay, so the next quest is a little bit more complicated. Not that complicated, but we have Servants of the Overlord. So it'll pop you out the end of, or it'll pop you out right here. And to get to Servants, you just go down here. There's if you remember Waterworks. I think that was what, episode 5 or so in the series that we did that. But here is the turn in for Lords of Dust. Let's see if we get anything good. A stunning 9 short sword with Seeker on it. Actually, that'd be interesting to have. Acid resistance, strength 8 bracers. Let's see, glaciation, combustion. I don't think anything we're going to use here. Yeah, nothing we're going to use. We'll just take something. Okay, so now we go here to Felness, and we'll do this one. We'll do this one Reaper as well. I don't know how many. I think this might give a little bit more Reaper XP. Maybe we'll get our first Reaper point, possibly. We'll do Servants on R1. So these XP, you know, you will get, like, Lords of Dust particularly. You might want to just run that one every day. It's your best way to kind of grind to 20. And one thing I was actually going, and I forgot. I was going to drink. So I did put a minor experience elixir. Because I've gotten a few of these. I've gotten 3 of them, experience elixirs, from my daily dice rolls. So I thought I would maybe just use one. But if you get these are nice. You can get them from your daily silver rolls. And there's different levels of them, but they'll give you, for a set period of time, they'll give you a boost to your XP that you gain in quests. So to optimize that, you know, you want to get through quests as fast as possible, obviously, and you want to wait to use it until like the second before the quest completes to get your most use out of your XP pots. Okay, so in this quest we have, we'll go ahead and, since we've got fire, acid, really we'll do fire resist and acid resist here. Don't think we've got much else.
You have entered the nether
To
realm
go on
of
Reaper,
Kyber.
right? Yep, we went on Reaper.
A
So this
magical
one won't be
barrier
quite enough
built by the silver flame
to give us a Reaper
lurks
point.
on the path ahead.
Fire, I might even put, maybe. I do have this fire absorption. I'm going to go ahead and put this fire absorption ring on, by the way, instead of my ring of flickering steel. There's a fair amount of fire damage in this quest. So I think we'll use that more than, oh, well, rip my hireling. Yeah, you gotta watch the champions, especially. If they jump on your hireling will just be dead. So there's a lot of poison. You want to make sure for this quest as well you have poison potions. Drow poison's a pretty nasty effect. They will just paralyze you. You might just die. I can go ahead and get myself a heroism as well. But yeah, this ring is just a fire absorption 23 ring, which I don't think we really need. We lose a little bit of HP there, I think, by using this ring instead. Yeah, like 25, but we do get, in exchange, we get some 25% fire absorption, which will be quite nice. Alright, so let's continue on. There's an optional chest here to the left. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go to the right down the main path. There's a door over there with an optional chest. If you want to do it, you can go up and around, but I'm just going to go right here and go to the main path. Just hop down here. And we go here and we find out, you know, the Rakasha there has tricked us. So we got some fire things to fight here. Well, you know what? Looks like I accidentally slid my fire absorption ring off. Go ahead and put that on. See, hey, stack that again. Yeah, and I rolled a 1 there. You can see on the right. Rolled a 1. Got held. So I should do, I think Protection of Evil should. Did I not buff myself? guess I didn't get protection from evil. Alright. See, this is one of the reasons why, like... okay, Reaper gives you better XP, but it also slows you down. So best, you know, bulk XP numbers is very different from XP per minute.
The drow here are intently prying dragon.
So this can be nasty right here. Yeah, and we got 2 Reapers as well. We need to get out of here. So we got plagued there, which is bad. So let's retreat here. So I can get my hireling back. So we got really unlucky there. That's actually one of the more difficult encounters in this dungeon. And on top of that, we got 2 Reapers, so that was bad luck. So let's go back here. Let's get this plague down. Got famine as well. So the plague will hit you with this curse. You see the curse above my head? That is preventing me from being healed. I cannot heal while that curse is active. And let's go back. Alright. Let's get Haystack back up. So that was a little rough, wasn't it? But no, that was really unlucky to get the 2 Reapers there. Very unlucky. Have him throw a mass heal. Let's go with the full. I'm gonna actually keep him there. We'll go ahead and yeah, this is already a bad encounter because we got a lot of champs as well. We just got quite unlucky there. All right, now we're fine. But yeah, just RNG. Sometimes you get several. Can be another difficult encounter. There's just a lot of enemies here. So it's good sometimes to use the terrain to your advantage. Should be fine. Just hireling again. But this is probably the most difficult part of this quest. We are going to hit up the shrine, because we've had to use quite a few lay on hands. So let's go ahead and shrine. And we also have this symbol of pain. But that'll be cured with the rest shrine. Alright, now we got our lay on hands back. Alright, let's rebuff. Fortunately, this quest is pretty lenient in terms of rush shrines. Gonna do fire, do electric as well. There was some. It was even cold, you know. We'll just do everything except for Sonic. I don't think we need Sonic. Yeah, a lot of devils, demons here, so any kind of fire is good. We still got our fire absorb on, right? Yep. But yeah, one thing, I mean, okay, well, let me talk about this first. So, we've got two crests right here. The crest, this is going to be kind of confusing because this map is not helpful. What you want to do here is you want to go directly across from the holes where you put the crest. Just go directly across and run down this path. And keep going. Don't go right, don't go left. Just keep going straight here with this turn. We got some fire monsters to kill. Got one champion here. Always got to look out for the champions. Kill them first. Hireling just, unfortunately he's gonna, oh, he didn't die. Wow. Impressed. Couldn't really pay him much attention at the moment. Okay, anyways, the crest, there's one over here to the right and then one straight. We'll go drop down and get this one first. Oops. Oh, it's fine. So we got another Fear Reaper. Alright. So the crest number 1 is back here. And crest number 2, we're just going to go straight. We'll just go up this ladder and straight. There's some optionals in this quest as well. I'm not going to show you those. Frankly, I don't think they're near worth your time. Okay, so now we got both crests. We just go right back the way we came. And again, this, it's, don't feel bad if you get lost. Like, everything looks the same and the map doesn't. The map is not helpful. So it's, you just kind of have to have had experience in this quest. And I struggled for a long time to remember, you know, exactly where to go, you know, in this quest. But it's one of those things where you just play the quest a lot and you'll kind of memorize the path. Okay, so we're going to put the crest in. And we're approaching now. There's an optional over here, which we're not going to do, up those stairs. But we're approaching the end of the quest. Not quite yet. It's also an optional fight up here, which I will show you. Do I want a shrine yet? I don't think I need a shrine. We're fine. Yeah, we don't need a shrine. I thought I put acid resist on. Apparently not. So I am trying to leverage Trip a little bit more because I did get those combat mastery boots. So I got these, which have combat mastery 6 on them. So that applies to Trip and Stunning Blow, which is nice. It was a nice. I was really happy to get these boots. That was a nice pickup. 25 speed of combat mastery, and even sheltering. But the sheltering doesn't do anything because it's duplicated another item, and I think I rolled a 1 again, unfortunately. And we got 2 Reapers. So let's get out of here. So that was a bad RNG. Let's see if we can try to get our Hireling out of there. I'm trying to get him to out of there, but he's probably going to die. There's not really much I can do about it. Lots of electricity from these casters. Let's try to get these casters down. So even if a Hireling dies, you know, it's helpful in that it did provide distraction, right? As he was dying and healing himself, I was beating on the monsters. Poor Haystack is not having the best of days. Not really his fault. I don't think he's a bad Hireling. It's just Hirelings are just not made for Reaper mode, as you'll notice. They are just too fragile. Reaper mode, you need a lot of you really need good survivability for Reaper mode, which fortunately we have as a Paladin. I know the reason. I mean, unless your DPS is so good you can just kill anything without it touching you, but generally, you know, you need to have good survivability for Reaper mode. So this is the optional encounter here, which we're going to do. You can just, if you don't want to do this, just go right. We're going to do this. There's an extra chest, which does have name bleed, by the way. Particularly, there's a Maul, Fury of the Flame. I'm a big enthusiast of Maul builds in DDO. Like my main character will eventually be a Maul build again, but was a Maul cleric. I'm getting some lag. But there's one of the best heroic Mauls here, Fury of the Flame, which drops in this chest only, in this quest specifically. Yeah, I'm getting server lag, which is not helping. There we go. So, I don't know. You get an extra 1168 XP in a chest. Is it worth it? I think it is. And we actually got the Fury of the Flame. Mythic +2. That's actually, that would be a wonderful pickup if we were a Maul build, but we are not. Anything else? Illusion, Intimidates. Nothing we need. Actually has a yellow augment slot on it. That's nice. Random gen loot with augment slots on it is wonderful. I still don't have, I really wish I had a red augment slot. That would, if this sword had a red augment slot on it, I'd be so happy. Could have used my Mysterious Remnants on a red augment for damage. So we got a drow here. We got a shrine after this fight, which we'll use before we get to the end fight. I love to go after my hireling. Alright, there she goes, and this floor is going to break, and here's our last shrine, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and take advantage of this, and I actually hadn't used too much, but I'm going to go ahead and shrine anyway, just to get ourselves our smites back and stuff, and go ahead and refresh our buff. So all right, so let's go ahead and get everything buffed. In fights, a lot of the same enemies we've been seeing here before are going to spawn. You know, we're going to see lots of drow, Hezru, lots of stuff here. Did he already hit us with? He did. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and proceed.
A drow magic barrier bars entry into a massive cavern beyond.
Go ahead and with heroism. So I'm going to try to stick him. Well, he better just fall. He's probably not gonna. Hireling's probably not gonna be long for this world. But talk to her to start it. Yeah, immediately he's gonna die. Oh well, we got some champ archers, so champ archers always very deadly. I thought he would last longer than this though. There we go. Got him back up. So a lot of spiders will spawn here too. A little bit of server lag. Hopefully it stays away. I might go ahead for this. I've been saving some potions here from daily rolls and stuff, like Rising Fury. I might use these here. I'm going to go ahead and use a haste potion, actually. Just give me better attack speed, which isn't quite maxed out. It's not quite maxed out on my current boots, so as good as a time as any to use some of these consumables I've gotten from the silver daily dice. I'll probably go ahead and use, whenever we get the boss pop here, I'll probably go ahead and use, well, I might use, say, that Rising Fury actually for, might save it for Spinner's Shadow. Spinner's Shadow is probably going to be, might be a little tougher than this quest on Reaper 1, and Spinner I'm just going to do an Elite. Okay. Most of the way through. Eventually we're going to fight this drow. And, oh, Champ Archers. Champ Archers, very deadly. There we go. Fortunately, they aren't. These ones, at least, aren't exactly the most sturdy. So here's our Ezru boss here. Try to get him away from the hireling, as well as the drow boss here. There we go. Want to get him focused on me, just because I can absorb the damage and the hireling can heal me just like that. That'll work way better than the hireling being dead, me having to fight them alone. Sometimes the hireling will put themselves in harm's way. Fortunately, didn't really do it so much there. Alright, so that went fine. Alright, and that's it for servants. So now we go back through here and we can actually enter the next quest. Oh, let's not forget minor learning bonus here. Go ahead and use that to give us a little bit XP for 2 hours, 20k XP, which, considering I've already done this on Elite, that's really solid. Like, these are good. Of course, getting a lot from the Reaper bonus, but I think, you know, this chain, if you want like the most efficient thing to grind is free to play for XP, I think it's got to be the Lords of Dust chain. But so this quest and Spinner Shadows, the next one, actually link into each other here. We don't go back into the public area. Let's see. This one, Fortification, Acid Resistance, Adamantine. Okay, that's not better than what we got. Well, I might check that actually, because it's got a lot bigger armor bonus. Let's see what the PRR difference is. Realistic of fire resistance. Just curious. Let me just check something. I want to see what the PRR difference is if I equip this versus what I got. So I'm at 131. What do I got with this on? Yeah, 121. Okay. The thing is, the one I currently have is a lot better because it's got the insightful PRR. So we'll go ahead and stay with that. Alright. So we got our chest. So we don't need to, there's a shrine there. No reason to use the shrine though, because it will refresh our health from entering here. Oops, let's actually talk to him. But it'll refresh everything when we step in, so no reason to shrine. Okay, Spinner Shadows. This one is the toughest of the four for sure, so we're just doing this one on Elite. But as I said before, even on Elite, this is a rough quest. So really, don't have any shame on if you need to do this one on hard. This is a tough quest.
Ahead,
way tougher than Spinner, than Servants of the Overlord or Lords of Dust. So no shame in doing it on hard. But you'll see why it gets so difficult here in a bit. I know I haven't buffed yet. I'll wait. I'll wait to buff here momentarily. But the reason I'm not buffing yet is because there's a big cutscene here at the start, and we just have some minor trash mobs until then.
Strange glowing spiders
So
are locked in
there is a
battle
shrine
with
here you
some
can
kind of
use,
spirit made up of
but you can't really get back to it without D-Door. If you have D-Door,
devouring
Dimension Door spell is really helpful in this quest, because if you do get in a tough spot, you can just D-Door to get some safety and to use a shrine. Now that said,
you have saved
there is a shrine in there,
from its attackers.
but there's also a lot of trash running around. So you're just going to talk to that and you're gonna just hit the first option. And here's our cutscene. As soon as you see these crystals, as soon as you cross the plane, it's gonna automatically freeze you, just like that, for the cutscene. That's just for the cutscene. One thing that I find really fun to do in this quest, if you have a leap ability or an item like the Caneth boost propulsion, you have something like spring attack, abundant step, it only freezes you if you're on the ground. So you can actually, if you activate your abundant step like right here, like just before the crystals, you can actually shoot yourself all the way up here on the platform with the spinner of shadows, the drow spider standing, until you get frozen, which is kind of fun. It's like a mini game I always play when I'm playing this with this quest with friends. We always compete to see who can get closest to the spinner before getting auto frozen for the cutscene. So if you have like a spring attack plus say like two leap abilities, like spring attack plus say Flight of Kings from Dragonlord, for example, you can have two different clickies, so you can use two things, and two of those in the air on separate cooldowns. And if you do it right, you can actually get behind the spinner before you get frozen. But that's just purely for fun. There's no like reason to do that other than my own self amusement. But maybe it will amuse you too. But anyways, we got the cutscene here. Spinner of Shadows gives you the intro to the storyline. You know, the working with Lolth, who's the main villain of the Menace of the Underdark expansion. Okay, anyways, we have the Silver Flame Guardian here. This is what we do in this quest. Very important. A lot of people don't know about this. So you want to choose, give me your essence so I can battle the demon. So they'll give you this item, which is spheres. So you can use this to bring down the defenses of the Spinner of Shadows. Another thing to keep in mind is you want to defend this Guardian as part of the optional. So I might actually keep this hireling here. So if she dies, you lose your heal and your ability to get the Spinner's nasty dot damage over time effect off of you. So it's better if you keep that alive. But this is this quest is very much revolves around collectibles. It's a different. So there's see these blue spiders that are wandering around. You want to wander around and kill these blue spiders, and when they die, they are going to spawn a crystal. See, I'll show you. So kill one. There's a ward crystal that'll spawn. So this is actually an item that goes to your inventory. A good idea for this is you drag it to a hotbar right here, so you can keep track of how many you have. So you need, the party needs, throughout this whole dungeon, needs 36 crystals to light wards. So there's wards in the middle, so every 3 crystals will light a ward. Let me go ahead and rescue let's go rescue our hireling here. Kind of using my hireling as an indicator of when I need to run over there when enemies spawn, because I'll see his health start going down. That's fine. Let's go ahead and kill the spinner. But you really do want to protect this guardian. But the spinner, she has a special defense, so you can't hurt her until you bring that defense down. And you have to do it either by bringing her to the Silver Flame Guardian here in the center, or by using that essence we picked up. If you use the essence as a throwable object, you can throw it on the spinner and bring her shield down, but you only need to use that if you want to fight her outside the center. But most parties will just bring her to the center. You can do it any way you want. Kind of depends on what difficulty. Sometimes I'll bring it to the center. Sometimes I won't. Where is my raised dead scrolls? Did I take those off my hotbar?
The demon's voice echoes
Oh,
from
there
the
they are.
shadows
Right,
above.
so let's our hireling.
Hear my call. Protect my children.
No, I want you to heal yourself, not me. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna, we're gonna kill enemies as we kill these blue spiders. Pick up crystals, but I want my hireling to stay over here and protect the guardian. So I have, like as I said before, I've already run these on Elite, and I know the first time I ran this on Elite, I had my hireling with me, and the guardian ended up dying, and it made it more difficult than it needed to be. So I'm not going to pick up the crystals right now. I'm just going to focus on killing them, because I'm going to be running back here later, because these blue spiders, they'll spawn, you'll kill them, and then they'll respawn. So He'll be back here anyway, so I don't know. It's personal preference. You can pick them up as you go, or you can pick them all up at the end. I think I prefer to just leave them on the ground and then come back later. But yeah, it's all about picking up these ward crystals. It's a very unique quest.
A feeling of dread overwhelms you.
So you're
as
getting
if
a
darkness has entered your very soul. The spinner
prompt
of
that the spinner
shadows
is
has
returning. So I'll
returned to
probably
the battle.
I'm gonna loop around here and then go right back to the center to defend the Guardian. But this obviously this quest is designed really for parties. Clearly, you know, you can have someone's. Usually, it's good to have like one to two people stay in the center. So actually, there's the spinner. So I'm gonna pull her back to the center. But it's good to have one or two people stay in the center, defend the Guardian, kill trash, while the other 4 people are going and collecting crystals.
My sister!
Cries the spinner of shadows.
I am free, and I call to you. Come for me!
Okay, so you might have seen it, the little spider icon.
The spinner of shadows decides
that is a
to
very
change
nasty
tactics.
dot. So you need to make sure you.
Destroy
That's why it's imperative to keep the Guardian alive. Because with the Guardian dead, it just gets a lot harder because you can't clear that dot, and spinner will just hit you a few times. You'll take a ton of damage over time, and you'll just die. So we'll go ahead and get the trash down. Sometimes even in this quest, parties do it different ways. Sometimes some parties will just assign one person to pick up crystals, just it makes it easier. Because you need 36 in total, but it's not like one person has to have 36. One person can have 24, another person have 12, however you want to do it. You see these wards on the sides. I'll show you here in a sec. See these blue, like these right here, ward flames. Those are what you need to click on, and you need 3 crystals for each ward, I believe it is. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. It's either 3 or 4. I think it's 3. But I know it's 36 in total that you need. Yeah, it's either 3 or 4 per ward. I can't remember. Let's get these Hezrus down. All these red spiders. So if I were to run off right now and just collect crystals, that Silver Flame Guardian would die. So we're just gonna play it conservative. You can't just if you're playing this on hard or whatever, or if you're like a super character and you're just want to play it on, maybe R1's really easy for you. You can't just let the Guardian die if you're strong enough to just beat the spinner down. Okay, so my Hireling's taking some damage. I see a bunch of spiders. We're gonna run back. Because they're gonna kill that Guardian if I don't get back soon. I'm actually going to have my Hireling heal the Guardian back up a bit. You can see 4,240 HP, and he's took quite a bit of damage there. So let's get the Hireling to heal him one more time. There we go. Oops.
Spiders subsides, and the Guardian
there we
is
go.
once again safe. Time for you to finish relighting the wards.
Okay, so let's go this
The
way
demon chuckles in the shadows.
and see if we can get
An amusing
some
game, mortals. But you're out
crystals.
of time. I grow stronger, and your allies dwindle. We end it now.
So the spinner should be spawning again. I think we have some time to go crystal hunting. Lots of blue spider. Yeah, there's the spinner. So she... It's good that she's not seen me quite yet. She's going to see me in a minute. So Haystack's actually following me. Forgot to lock. We're going to... Okay, we're going to kill these, and then we're going to leave her down to the center. Alright, come on, spinner. Because you don't want to mess with her too much. Yeah, she will trip you just like that. She seems to be pretty focused on my hireling at the moment. Come on, spinner. Alright, let's just do this. She loves my hireling. But she should be following us. Okay.
Soon. She will be here soon. And I will be free of this space forever.
Go ahead and see if I can press my hireling real quick. Yeah, this is a rough one. She'll sometimes respawn her health too. Yeah, like she did just there. See if we can beat her down. We might not be able to beat her down. I might have to, yeah, she's regenning before I can beat her down. I might have to actually just do this the hard way. I'll try one more time to beat her down. Yeah, she is just regenning, isn't she? Try one more time. Yeah, she's just gonna respawn. So we're just gonna have to, kite her, actually. I have my... Let's bring down some trash here. So you really, I mean, it's really nice to have, because yeah, she will just respawn here. All right, there we go. So she's just going to follow us. So we'll just come back here from time to time, assuming she won't. Let's get this Hezra. He's a champion. Okay, let's go get some crystals. So we need 36. We've only got 8. We got quite a few to pick up. And now Haystack's dying. Let's go ahead and... We might have to actually, because I haven't done this, so we might have to actually let the Guardian die here. Because I may not be able to really defend at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and just raise the hireling, and we're just gonna let the, because I think these are gonna just keep respawning. I think we're gonna have to actually just let the Guardian fend for itself. All right, let's go get stuff. So we got, how many crystals? We got 9. There should be a ton of spiders up, though. This is one of the quests, though. Definitely a tank is very helpful. If you have a tank for the spinner, super helpful. And we do have enough essence, so if the spinner comes over here and attacks us, it'll be fine. But yeah, I'd forgotten that she will just regen like that, won't she? I think at a certain point you just have to have someone kite or tank her. It's my bad on the slightly confusing walkthrough, but it'll be fine. Just got plenty of crystals we can pick up.
You can't hide forever.
There she goes. Okay. Now she's gonna come attack us. Oh, there we go. We even got more of these spawning. Perfect. And there's a ton on the other side that we haven't picked up yet. Thought I saw one pop here. Guess not. Oh, there we go. So we're up to 20. There's Spinner. So we'll bring her back to the center. Hopefully that Guardian's still alive. If not, we're going to have to use... So he is still alive, so we're good. So if not, we could use this essence. Which is why it's very important to pick up the essence, because if the Guardian dies, you don't have any essence. You're going to have a bad time. Probably gonna fail that. Oh my gosh, the heal went through. I'm surprised. And there is a shrine if I need to use it. There we go. Actually, not sure. I'm gonna see if I can beat her down, but if not, we'll just kite her. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to kite the spinner here. Yes, she's just gonna regen. Alright, we're just gonna have to kite the spinner here. What do we have to? 20? We'll just go around here. Kill some spiders. We do have her dot on us already. Oh! That lay on hands did not go through. I'm surprised. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use... That's the essence we had before. That will clear the dot and also make her vulnerable to damage. So we got what? 24? Pretty good. Let's go ahead and save this Guardian here. Go ahead and use the... I still want to save the Guardian because then I can refresh my dot without having to rely on the potions. And there is a shrine back here. So I'm going to actually try to raise the hireling. Pull the hireling back here. Tell the hireling to use that shrine. We go over here. There we go. There we go. We got our hireling refreshed. Let's get this Hezru down. There we go. Alright. Go. So that purifying fire. Gets our dot down. So we got 27. And I find that if I'm picking up crystals, she will, if she's like on top of me, it makes it really difficult to pick up these crystals. So I'm trying to like loop her around. Let's see, we got what? How many more we need? We need 5 more, so we're almost there. Let's go ahead and clear this trash here. I don't think it'll cause us a problem, but... I'm gonna go ahead and clear it anyway. Okay. By the way, our buff's expired, I'm just realizing. Really want acid resist. Especially. An angel skin for the MRR. Alright, so we're almost done though. As soon as we light these wards, we're done. So we need 2 more. 1. Well. 2. Alright, so we got 36. Now we're done. Now we just gotta go around and light all the wards. I find that like jumping through the lava is actually kind of helpful because it makes it harder for her to follow you. She doesn't really go through the lava. But anyways, yeah, these things. Click on these. And that was unfortunately kind of an ugly Spinner Shadows run. I probably could have done that a lot more efficiently. I kind of forgot that she does just respawn her HP. I'd planned originally just to bring her to the center. I was like, oh, at some point I was like, oh wait, she doesn't respawn, does she? Or her health just will keep respawning. So, if you just run this on hard, you know, she's not very difficult to deal with. But on elite R1, it's a lot rougher. But yeah, so you light all the wards and that's it. Quest is done. Everything dies. And we get a very, very long end cutscene while I wait for this quest. So you have the Spinner here talking to her. I think up here she will talk to Lolth.
She's here. I called to her across the worlds, and now she is here.
So here we go. The cavern's going to break.
Presence in your wars mean nothing to her. Tremble, mortals. Tremble before Loth.
Let's go ahead. This will be a good. Yeah, this will be a good thumbnail.
A voice of
There we go.
vast power
Thumbnail for the
booms from inside the breach.
video.
There you are, sister.
I've been trying with my thumbnails to do something every video that's, I don't know, what something notable or something pretty
Lies the spinner of
from the quest I'm
shadows.
running in that particular episode.
Brought them to me, just as you said they would. What shall I do with these irritating mortals?
Yep, so you can
Leave
see
them.
Lolth there,
Loth commands.
spider
The
goddess.
demon web will soon swallow this place, and them along with it.
You actually get to fight her in the. So this story, Menacing in the Underdark, it culminates in the Caught in the Web raid, where you actually fight Lolth. Very good expansion. I mean, I think I've said this before in the series, but Menacing in the Underdark is my personal favorite expansion.
Standing before the Silver Flame Guardian.
Okay, so we just gotta talk to the Guardian to finish. So there we go. This one, now with your daily XP runs, if you're doing that, defensive stunning, that's actually a nice item. Luminous Truth we can't use because it's quarterstaff, but probably want to skip. You don't need to run Spinner Shadows. I mean, I think just running like the first two is probably pretty great for your daily runs, but you can do whatever you want. All right, and that is it. This one we do recall out of the fourth part. We do not link into it directly. All right, so here you talk to this guy, and there's a there's a cutscene for, or basically a teaser trailer for the Menacing in the Underdark expansion. It's very loud, so if you hit I'm ready, and hopefully maybe by the time you're watching this in the future they'll fix this, but it's been this way forever. Right when you click, if you hit enter really fast, it'll cut that out. But that is very, I don't know why. DDO devs, if you're watching this, please turn that down. It is volume-wise, it will blow your ears out if you're wearing headset, so be careful of the volume there. Let's see, Swift Great Sword of Shatter, actually a run speed upgrade. If I want to be really optimal, I could wear that in public areas. So I think my current ones are what, 25. I probably won't buy. Oh, it's minimum level 19 as well. Tactical goggles, don't need that. All right, fine, I'll take the Great Sword. But okay, part 4 is right through here. By the way, since I'm here, I'm going to show you Saga. Can I? Oh, okay. I actually didn't realize. I thought this is a Saga giver, but it won't let me talk to her because I don't own the content, I guess. But Sagas are groups of quests. You can talk to an NPC, and if you do the groups of quests they ask you to do, you can get a bonus at the end, like an extra big bonus. Usually it's a big chunk of XP, or you can sometimes get skill tomes or other cool things from completing sagas, but I guess I can't show you that. But we're going to head right through the cavern. We're going to talk to Tavnar here to get the fourth part, which is Beyond the Rift. And before we start this part, guys, I'm going to do a quick jump cut here because I need a quick break while I'm recording. Be right back. All right, guys, and I'm back. Sorry about the jump cut there. We're going to head into the last quest here, which is Beyond the Rift. So we'll just do... Should I do this one R1 or Elite? Let's see. Thinking about this. R1... This one is not... I think I'll just go Elite. We'll just go Elite for this one. I'm actually getting pretty close to Cap. Not too... I could probably do this one on R1. I don't know. We'll just stick with Elite. That's fine. Because the videos are going to be pretty long, so let's not make it longer. But I'm getting kind of close to Cap, guys. Cap, heroic Cap for first life character is 1.9 million, so we're at 1.835. So we got about 65k XP left.
This is unlike
Getting close.
you have ever seen.
So if you're not that close, that's fine. You just gotta, you know, I've done this chain now. This is the 4th time. It's just the way it is with free to play. You know, when you get to the stretch from 16 to 20 is rough. There's just a big XP jump there. A lot of XP you need to get from 16 to 20. comparatively to what's available in free-to-play quests. So you're gonna have to
A voice in
repeat,
the distance calls
or
to
you're gonna have to spend some of the DDO points, which, you know, I've got 500 DDO points or so now. So if you want, you know, you can buy the adventure packs, but I guess I already talked about that in previous episodes, so maybe I don't need to show it again. Elminster here, you do need to talk to him. He's going to kill that Beebleth, and you're going to talk to him. Okay, I guess I don't need to show you the story right now, but we got to talk to him. He's going to kill the Beebleth. You have to talk to him a few times to get him to run and progress the quest, so we'll talk to him. Run up this way. And, whoa, we are... I think I almost fell off there. So he'll come up here. We need to talk to him.
We are in the realm
Well, he'll babble a little bit. There's a little bit. Elminster is a little bit of a meme in the DDO community. He gets called a piker, someone who he's like this magical, powerful wizard, right? He's basically Gandalf, but he doesn't really help. He kills one Beebleth, and he talks to us a lot throughout this expansion if you play the Menace of the Underdark expansion. But he's not, despite having all these powers, he just kind of sits there and doesn't help us much. But it's more of just a meme for fun.
Closer to my home.
So people also get a little frustrated with the cutscenes here because you have to wait for him to talk. You can actually, if you want, you can jump right up here. I guess I could do it. Actually, do I even have enough jump? I don't know if I do. Yeah, I don't have quite enough jump. But if you have more jump than I do, which I think I'm at like 38. No, I'm only at 18. You can jump up here and over and around. I don't know if that's intended, but otherwise, if you can't jump up and around, you just have to wait for Elminster to finish this cutscene. And I'm gonna go ahead and put on, I think, my Ring of Flickering Steel back on, because I don't think we need the extra fire resist at this point. Another thing about the Demon Web is you can look here. You have special traits, and we're getting some server lag here. And yeah, lag. But you get other effects like Featherfall here automatically. Okay, there we go. So see, I'm Featherfalling even though I don't have a Featherfall item on. But you can read the description for all the different effects.
The hunched creatures ahead make some strange and disgusting sounds as they root the old bones. They produce even more disgusting smells.
Lots more remnants today. Okay, so this quest is it's quite long, just in terms of distance. Like, it's very spread out. There's a lot of running from place to place. Just a very big map. We don't need to go that way. Let's go this way. But it's fairly linear. I mean, there's some branches in it. You can kind of see. I already have the map uncovered, but it's mostly pretty linear.
In the distance. What will she do now that she is free from her prison in Khyber?
Menace in the Underdark, though, is a great expansion to have just for leveling content through epics. So, you know, if you're free to play and you're interested in getting some of the expansions, just wait for a sale. Oftentimes, there'll be really big, deep discounts on sales. In sales for these older expansions. There's an expansion trove, which gives you the first 3. I don't know if they've added the 4th expansion into it yet, but it'll give you a bunch of the older expansions for in one bundle price. And oftentimes that'll go on deep discount, so you can get like a bunch of expansions for like, I don't know, $10. And sometimes when they have the free coupon code, which is sometimes they'll do a giveaway where they give out all the adventure packs for free. And where are we going? We don't go that way. They'll do big discounts to where they offer just the quest content in the DDO store for 100 points. 100 DDO
Only the
points.
strong survive
So
in the
you might want to
web.
save, if you're a free-to-play
These
player,
wretches
you may want to save your DDO points and just wait for one of those big sales to hit, and you can pick up a bunch of expansions with your, you know, your 500 or so DDO points that you've earned so far. I mean, if you wanted to continue on, if you could pick up the expansion bundle, like Trove bundle, that would give you at least Menace of the Underdark, Shadowfell, Conspiracy, and Mists of Ravenloft. That would give you plenty of content to get from 20 to 30 if you wanted to play that way. You'd still, even with that, you'd still have to grind a little bit, but it would give you a good ways towards getting to cap. And you can pick up something cheap like Catacombs. They offer on big discount always. It's only 95 DDO points, and that has an epic chain of quests that you can go through. So just some ideas. Or if you don't want to spend any money, you don't have to. You can continue the free-to-play path. So you see the Spinner of Shadows. That's the spider we fought last quest up there. There's a cutscene coming up here that we'll be able to check out. And something very bad happens to the Spinner of Shadows. Even if Lolth says it isn't bad. Yep.
A spider hatchery lies empty. The brood it bore has already consumed the weak and the slow, then dispersed into the demon fragments of long.
So we're just
forgotten
continuing
worlds
forward.
lie ensnared in Lolth's web. This will be the fate of Eberron unless you find a way to repair the rift that is slowly consuming your home.
These are a group of quests I do a lot. So I because Motu, or Menace of the Underdark, we call it Motu, M-O-T-U. But because Motu is my favorite expansion, I tend to hit these quests up a lot. So I'll do this chain plus the whole Menace of the Underdark expansion. Typically I do all of it when I, other than the, not the raid, but typically I do everything else. When I do a reincarnation, I'll do the whole chain just as the beginning, because that'll get me from like 20 to, you know, mid epics, and get me a bunch of sagas so I can get more XP from turn-ins. Alright, so here's the Spinner of Shadows in Lolth. We're going to see a cutscene right here. We have to wait for a cutscene for this door to open. So we're going to see see what happens to the Spinner here.
My sister, the dragon shards are in place. So let us begin the ritual. I promise you power beyond imagining. Now join me, sister.
Maybe I'll make this a screenshot.
Let go of your physical form and join me.
So Lolth is saying, let go of your physical form and join me, but really what she's doing is she's absorbing the Spinner of Shadows. So she basically is eating the Spinner to increase her own power. And she's trying to tell the Spinner it's a good thing. I don't know about you, but I don't think getting eaten or absorbed is ever a good thing. I like my own sentience. Okay, so this is kind of, we're getting towards the end of the first part. Should I shrine? I don't really need to. I think I got enough of my buffs. Potions of Wonder. Okay, fire absorption armor. No, I think I'm fine.
You have no way of knowing.
So we are
what
getting
strange
closer
new
to,
world it
I'll show you
leads to.
spell wards.
But
So
at
one
least
thing I
it will
did
take you
do
where you
is I bought
find
some
yourself
wands of
in a
Dispel
vast
Magic here,
cavern of stone
which are going to help
deep
us with
below
some
the
spell
surface.
wards that we're going to run
If you
into.
were to find elements
We'll be able to
you must
disable.
first make your escape.
So maybe I should have said that before we started this quest, but yeah, if you can get some dispel, you can do the quest without them, particularly if you're just on normal or hard. It's fine, but they do help. Where am I going? I think the first one is like right. We're not there yet. But we are able to basically disable those spell like traps with these wands, which is why I have them. Using trip on these earth elementals. There's also some rares in this quest. So there are encounters that don't always show up, but they sometimes show up. I know I've mentioned this before. Like there's one even super early in the game. I believe I mentioned it in the very first episode of this series in the quest, the Caneth Crystal. There's a concept of rare encounters. So there's one over here. See if it shows up. I think it probably only appears 25% of the time. So odds are... Actually got hit with Earthguard there with the 2. Odds are it won't be there, but I hope it is so I can show it. Nope. Just regular spiders. But yeah, there will be a red name there sometimes. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bit of extra XP. I just think it's kind of a cool thing to show off.
The sound of battle
How
has
quests
alerted
aren't always
another
exactly the same. Like
colony
there's
of deadly
rares,
spiders.
there's champs, there's reapers if you're running a reaper. So there's a lot of random factors that will make quests different every time. So the quest isn't the same every time you run it. Every run of the quest is a little bit different, which I think is a good thing. Helps keep it a little fresh. A little more fresh at least. Okay, so just gonna wrap around, go up here, make our way. Actually, not that way. Where am I going? Gonna go this way. Now we're probably fighting enemies we didn't have to fight. It's okay. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Let's go the correct way. And now I think right here is going to be our first spell ward. Unfortunately, with no search, the only way we're going to find it is by jumping into it. So it should be right up here. Yeah, right there. I knew it was here soon. So we're going to have to use the barbarian mentality of finding traps. We're finding them with our face. And yeah, so the hireling is going to die here. Well, oh, she didn't die. But anyways, so spell wards, I got these as spell wands for that. So target them, use the wand. It'll reduce the CR of it until it gets to 0. When it gets to 0, you can see the CR on the actual icon on the bottom right. When it gets to 0, it'll disappear. So there we go, it disappeared. We'll go ahead and shrine here, by the way, since our buffs are going to be up soon anyways. There was a section later where there's just tons of spell wards, so you're going to want to disable a couple of them and take it slow to get through there. I mean, you can just zerg your way through, but it's, and maybe if you're strong enough for the level of the content you're running, and it's fine to do that, but they can also just paralyze you like they paralyzed my hireling there and just kill you because you can't do anything.
You have stumbled into a group of heavily armed drow. They don't look anything like the drow you've encountered back on Eberron. And they also don't look pleased to see you.
Okay, so we got another, if I recall correctly, another option, another rare up here. Let's see. Yeah, right here in this tunnel. Right here, if I recall correctly, there's sometimes a rare encounter right there, but no such luck this time. So we'll just continue on.
Scouts are talking on the ledge above. Perhaps they can lead.
Thing is, there's actually an invisible wall here. You might think you can just run through here. You actually can't. You can't run through here. There's a wall, so you got to actually go around this way. So there's more spell words here. So I'm gonna have my hireling just heal me real quick, and then stand in place. And I'm just gonna find one. Yeah, one right there. Run away. Hopefully it doesn't paralyze me. Then I'll just target it and reduce the CR. So the description on this, at least as of the time of recording, you see the wand dispel magic. It'll say, let me pull it up here so you can see it all. It'll say it'll reduce. See on the bottom paragraph, if cast on a spell word trap, the spell will reduce the level of the trap by 1. That's actually incorrect. It actually, as you can tell, is reducing it far more than by 1. So just something to keep in mind. That description is bugged. Either the description's bugged or the wand is bugged. I don't know which.
It will take you closer to the surface.
But in any case, as of at least when I'm recording this, you can use a dispel wand to reduce those spell words very effectively. By far more than just one. If it was working as the description stated, then you couldn't really use it because you'd have to use like 20 I mean, you could, but you'd have to use like 20 charges of the wand in order to disable a single spell word, which would take forever. So, but we'll just take advantage if it's working that way now. We'll just take advantage of it. But I really don't know in that case if it's working as intended, or if the description is wrong and the wand is actually bugged. So there's another spell where I forgot about that, and we'll just run through it.
It snaps.
One helpful thing you can do is, once you're past the spell ward, you can then just jump, as I did there, and summon the hireling to your exact, to force it to teleport to your location. If you don't jump, it might try to run through the spell ward to get to you, so you don't want that. If you want to summon the hireling to your location, I know I've mentioned this in other episodes of the series, like the pit episode, but I know I talked about it there. But if you ever want to get a hireling instantly to your location, just jump and hit teleport while in the air. So there's a bunch of spell words down here, as well as a shrine. But I think we're good. We don't need the shrine, so we will skip the shrine. Because we just shrined not too long ago. Shouldn't have to shrine again during this quest. Alright, so this is the main path. Believe there's a spell ward here.
2 spiders stand guard in front of
No,
the
there's
gate,
not.
almost as if they had been ordered to do so.
The spell words are the same every time. They don't.
Once again, you see the now.
So we completed Monster Manual or Spider Exterminator, by the way. You might have seen some XP pop. There are certain, if you go to the Monster Manual over here, I don't know if I've talked this before, but there are certain like goals and kill thresholds you can get, and there's rewards for those. So if you want to check out the Monster Manual, you can. Okay, there's a bunch. This is the most dangerous spell word section. So there's a lot of spell words here. We're actually going to go ahead and use some acid resist. So like there's one there. Go ahead and disable these. And again, you can, if you want, just zerg through here. just run through here and just take the damage. Just you're taking a chance that you might get paralyzed and die. But you might get lucky and have that not happen to you. But okay, there we go. So you really only need to disable one. There's a bunch of other ones there, but if you just stay near the edge, you should be able to get through by just disabling one. And if you have search skills and trap skills, you don't have to run through and trigger the trap. You can use your search skill, if you have enough search, to just find it just like you would a trap. But you do have to have a search skill for that, which I have not invested in.
These Trow fought with military precision unheard of on Cindric. Even so, the
Alright, so we're
defender of
almost to the
outpost is
end.
finally dead. You may freely pass through its portal and learn
So,
what lies beyond.
blast right through this portal is the infight. I know it's a long quest. Go through a lot of different environments. Demon Web, little Drow City section.
A fresh breeze
And this
blows
it
down
looks
from
like the
open
cavern you actually
ceiling.
enter
You've reached the surface,
after we're done with this
not
quest,
safe
but
for
it is the
leader
same
of the
cavern.
Drow
But yeah,
turns
this
to
is where
confront
the
you.
More fodder for the slave. Seize them.
this is where the infight is. This I believe is the same cavern. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. You might want to go. I'm going to go around here and take out some of these archers. We got fairly lucky. There's no champions, but if you, some of these archers, champion archers, are very, rough, and you want to go and take them out quickly if you were to get champion archers. But we got lucky there and didn't. Oh, we both got me and the hireling got drow poison. So drow poison is this really nasty effect that the drow will do. Makes them dangerous. They'll just get paralyzed. If you're playing on higher difficulties, it often will just get you killed. Alright, and now all we gotta do is free the captives.
The villagers in the cage anxiously
And we are
point to
done.
a large lever near the door.
So Anna Brabiner, she's
Thank
the
the
main
gods, I'd almost
protagonist,
given up
other than
But
you,
where did you come
the main
from?
protagonist of this Menace of the Underdark expansion. You find her in many quests, and she's a key part of the raid as well. Okay, that's it for Beyond the Rift, and there's a chest up here you don't want to miss. And that's it. When we go to Evening Star. So this is the traditional way you would get your initial access to Evening Star before they added that portal in Gatekeeper's Grove. Like, that was just this year. So for 13 years you had to run this First Life. You had to run Lords of Dustchain before you could even get access to any of the Forgotten Realms content and even get here. I mean, if you were second plus life, you may have your Evening Star key, so a teleport item to get there, or you may have like one of the expansion teleports if you had bought those. But generally, if you're first life, you have to have run this before you can get to Evening Star. But now they added that teleport in Gatekeeper's Grove, and the reason I think they did that is because they started for the first time this year. They added some low-level content. They added in Wayloon, which is over here. They added a level 4 quest series just this year, which is the first time they added any content in Evening Star that is lower than, I believe, 15. I think was the lowest level content here prior to that. So that's probably why they added that teleport, so that lower level people can actually get to those quests and run them. So, okay, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. We got, I think, one level 16 left, and then just a handful of quests left before the series is done. And yeah, guys, so I hope you stay tuned for the remaining episodes. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care.